I think it's fair that even though you are the mom for Jasleen, right now we compensating your mom for looking after Jasleen, and I think that you shouldn't have to take care of Jasleen just because you're on your summer break for free. And I think it's only
Period.
fair that, I mean, I've asked you if you want to give me a discount,
No.
but if you don't want to give me a discount, I think I can transfer the money that I was paying your mom to you. And I think it's only fair for me to give you compensation for taking care of the baby, because if you're not taking care of the baby, I should be taking care of the baby. So, yeah, so I think it's fair.
Perfect. I'll take it because my personal fun money fund is very low.
Oh, well, see,
So
it's
I'll
serving a
take it.
purpose. Hello, I'm Tijani Musa.
And I'm Yasmin Musa, and this is how we're doing it.
Welcome to How We're Doing It, the podcast where two first-generation immigrants authentically share their American experiences with fun and education. Suppose you're new here, welcome, and thanks for joining us. If you've been with us since day one, you are our A1, and we appreciate you. Visit howwe'redoingit.com to learn more. The details are in the show notes. So Yasmin, what are we talking about today?
Today, we are having a money date, and it's going to be live so our audience can hear how we do this.
All right. So first of all, when you said money date, I'm hearing vulnerability. We're about to be vulnerable with our finances. Can you explain to the listener what is a money date?
So it's a conversation that you have. You can have it with yourself. You can have it with your partner. It's just a dedicated time to really check in on your finances.
Okay.
If you're single, you can do it, on your own. If you prefer to do it with a friend,
Right.
that's another great way to do it, or an accountability partner, a partner that you talk about money with, that you feel comfortable sharing numbers, and that, or not just numbers, but also goals.
Yeah.
And then in a relationship, it would be with your spouse.
Right.
So you and I have this scheduled conversation ahead of time. Like, we'd say, okay, we're going to do it on this day at this time. Most of the time it's at night once the kids are asleep and we have, a little bit of our downtime.
Right.
And things that we do during this money date, we review our income, our spending, our goals. We look at our budget. We try to make adjustments, plan. We discuss the previous month and then the upcoming month. So right now we just finished the month of May.
Okay.
And we are on June 1st. And we're going to talk about our June budget and the expenses that we foresee and the things that we have coming up this month that are going to impact our budget.
All right. So when you're talking about date, I'm thinking like you need, especially when it's happened at the house, I'm thinking like you need like candles, or if you're like used to popping bottles, like for us, we do sparkling ciders, those type of thing. Or we make, you light up some candles or make it special. Is this what this is about?
I would say more than anything, you need to make sure you're in an environment that you're comfortable.
Okay.
If you're not comfortable talking about money in your own home, then maybe you can find a park or a cafe, somewhere where you feel at peace. And then remember, you are going to share some information, personal information about your goals, your finances, your income maybe. And so you want to keep those things in mind. Like, if you don't want people around you, where's a good spot that you can go where you're not going to feel uncomfortable, or you're not going to be worried about sharing in front of others.
Okay.
And I think the biggest thing about a money date and why it's important is that it really helps maintain a healthy relationship between partners and between the partners and finances in general. Like our finances as a couple.
Right.
If I was single, it would be like my finances as a single person, my relationship with money. I think it helps people feel more empowered about their goals. They can create a good plan about how they want to build their future. Where do you want your money to take you? What do you want to do with it?
Right.
And so it's really important to have these money dates pretty regularly.
Okay.
Just to get into that habit, you want to talk about money. You want to improve, how you're using your money, how you're spending it, how you're
your interactions with
how
your
you're
money,
saving, all the things, right?
Yeah.
And so I think if you're single, the best thing to do is to find a friend or a circle of friends that you feel comfortable having these money conversations with.
All right.
I think in our communities, in our Latino community, in the communities of people of color, a lot of times we don't talk about those things.
Nope.
And I think one of the biggest things that I've learned recently is the importance of talking to others about money.
Yes.
Making it a regular conversation at the dinner table.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be something that you're keeping to yourself, because think about it, like, it's such a big part of our life. We should have a healthy relationship with it,
Yes.
And so I think part of having that healthy relationship is feeling comfortable sharing. And I mean, for me personally, I grew up in a household where we shared information about money, but it was negative information, right? Like, oh, we don't have enough of it, or we're struggling to pay a certain bill, or something, right, that was lacking.
Right.
And so I've really had to reframe my relationship with money and understand my spending habits and why they are the way they are. And it's because of the way that I was raised, that scarcity mindset, and really try to shift that to help me improve my relationship with money, and therefore improve my relationship with you as your spouse.
Right. And
therefore improve our finances in general. I have you to hold me accountable, and when I'm struggling and I tell you, hey, like, I just want to keep this money here for this reason because I just like seeing it there.
Yeah.
You're that person that talks to me and says, it's okay. We can leave it there if it makes you feel better. How about, you throw out another option? How about we leave half here, half here?
Yep.
It's still accessible if we need it, but you kind of help me go through
the balance.
That balance of, we don't just need to save all the time. We can also put it towards investments and other things and watch it grow.
Yep.
And that's something that, when you got to do that internal work, you just have to do that internal work. You have to understand why you are the way you are, why you're spending or saving the way that you are, and what your relationship with money is, so that you can start to feel empowered when it comes to money and feel like you're the one in lead. The money's not leading you. You're leading the money. You're telling the money what to do.
There you go. I like that. Why is it important that we are showing them what we do here at the Musa household?
I think just so they can get an idea of the type of things that we discuss, the importance of them, and how it helps us summarize the previous month, but also discuss what is coming up in the upcoming month. I think it's all things that you can take and apply to your own life as you need to.
That's important. Yeah, and it goes with the theme of our podcast. We are sharing the experiences that we have, the things that we do at this house, and the things that we plan to do in the future. So it all captures what we're trying to do. And we've mentioned before, the information that we share, the experiences that we share, has nothing to do with showing off or anything like that. We just think that there is somebody out there that is walking a similar path, and we just want to empower that person to get to their goals even faster. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. So for that reason, let's get started. What do you want to tackle first?
I think we should look at our May budget first.
All right. Let's
kind of plan out what June's going to look like.
Okay. Let's take a look at the May budget and see what the numbers are telling us.
So the way that the app that we use to break down our budget is called Every Dollar.
Okay.
It's free. But it does come with a membership if that's the route you want to pursue. We had a membership for about a year, and with the membership, your transactions are automatically uploaded.
Yeah.
With the free one, you don't connect to your bank, so your transactions are not automatically uploaded. What I do is Each week I kind of write down where the money went during that week, and then just transfer that information to the app. I've been doing it for a couple of years now because we've been using this since we got out of debt in 2019, 2020.
Yes.
And so I've gotten pretty efficient and fast at doing it. But it is one of those things that, if you don't like importing the information, there's other apps out there. There's other ways that you can track how you're spending your money.
Yeah. For the most part, all of the apps that are available are like paid subscriptions. We've looked.
Yeah.
Trust us. We try to save money as much as we can.
Yeah, and I mean, because we try to save money as much as we can, we are perfectly okay using this free option. Yes, it's a little inconvenient and sometimes takes a little longer.
Yeah.
But I'm not paying anything for it.
That's right.
But I'm sure, there's like spreadsheets and other things you can use out there.
Yes.
To track your spending.
The old school way.
I think it's just about doing your research and finding a good method that works for you.
That's right.
Now, with the app, so the first thing we looked at is like our income. I get paid once a month. Tijani gets paid 2 times a month. And so we just have that reflected on our planned budget. And then the next category that we have is our giving. We've mentioned in the past that, we give to our families. And so we have a tab for our family and then a tab for giving in other types of charity forms.
Right.
We have savings and investments, and then a tab for the emergency fund, which at this point we have a fully funded emergency fund, so we do not use that tab, but it's still there. We've had to use it recently after purchasing our home. We had to readjust what our emergency fund is. Now that, we are homeowners and we needed to have something that, correlated with what our monthly mortgage payment is.
Of course.
Then we have a housing tab, which is broken down into many parts. First part is the mortgage. Second part is household expenses. And what we categorize as household expenses would be anything that we're buying for the home. Think your toilet paper, cleaning supplies, paper towels, like those type of household items that you need for your home to run. Then we have a tab for Jasleen.
Yep.
So ever since she was born, she takes our money in certain ways, right? Like diapers,
Yes.
that type of stuff. And so we just have a tab for her so we can keep a little record of how much money we are spending on her.
So she can pay us back later on.
She's not going to pay us back. We have a tab for childcare. My mom does watch our daughter. However, we compensate her for watching her. Obviously, we are not paying the price that we would be paying at a daycare. We're probably paying half of that. About right? Yeah. So, we understand it's a lot less. Yes. But it's also a way to help my mom.
Yes.
We have another tab for utilities. One for home maintenance. So now that we're homeowners, certain things around the house need to be fixed. Yep. The refrigerator needed a new filter the other day. What else? Outside, right? Like, do we need to buy more mulch for the garden area? Do we need anything that we need? Yep. To fix the house? Yep. Home maintenance.
Upkeep. Yep.
Upkeep, yes. And then we also have a tab for Leo, who's staying with us. It's really hard to calculate food and things like that when it comes to how much the kids are eating. But for example, the tab for Leo, we also use to incorporate some of his after school activities he's involved with, or the lunch that we pay for at school. And so it's good to keep that tab so that we know, okay, this specific transaction was just for him. And that's where that money went. Yeah.
And his mom covers all of it pretty much. So we just have it in our budget so that when she sends us the money, it matches what we have on our budget. Yes.
Right. We have a transportation category. And then within that, we have our monthly gas, car maintenance, car washes. We used to do these a lot more. We don't do them as much. Parking fees, because those tolls sometimes add up. Yeah. And then I have on here this isn't something that happens every month, but you do have once a year you have to pay your car registration. Yeah. And then car tax. In Texas, we don't pay property tax, but in Virginia, we did. So it's still there for that reason. And I count restaurants as any time we eat out, even if it's not a restaurant.
Okay.
So it can be like fast food, even when we go to get ice cream.
Right.
I put it under that tab.
Okay.
The next category is personal. So this is where like our phones come out of. We have talked before about how both Tijani and I pay ourselves fund money every month. So I have a category for mine and a category for yours. I have a tab for subscriptions. I have one for clothing. I have one for gifts because, you know, people have birthdays, baby showers, all the things.
Yep, those adds up.
And they add up, yeah. I also have, so I'm a teacher and I sometimes will spend my own money to buy school supplies, and I have a tab for just school supplies because at the end of the year that is tax deductible. And so I like to keep track of how much I'm spending on that. Under our lifestyle category, which is next, we have entertainment, personal care, which we categorize things such as like me getting my nails done or my eyebrows, you getting a haircut, that type of stuff. Celebrations, anytime we have like a party or something big coming up. I have a tab called New House, and we were using it mostly when we first moved in and we were buying things for the house that we needed. Such as we needed a blender. That's something that was put there on that budget.
The basic necessities, right, for the house.
Does
that include like my lawnmower, like the pressure washer?
It did, yeah. It
all
did
of those
include
things.
all those things. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We also under lifestyle we have the tab for travel when that comes up, and then we also have one for hobbies because right now podcasting is our hobby, and we have had to spend some money, you know, to get our website going, to keep the podcast running. So that's where that comes in.
Yep.
Our next category is health. So under health, we have tabs for copays, one for medicine or vitamins, one for medical bills if we have any outstanding balances anywhere, and then one tab for vision because I cannot see at all.
That's right.
Sometimes it feels like I can't see at all.
Right.
I shouldn't say it like that, especially being the type of teacher that I am. But you know, those vision exams, I get my yearlies done, and then I need to either update my glasses prescription or refill my contact prescription, and it's pricey.
All those things are pricey.
Even with
Trust
like
me.
Insurance,
yes,
it's pricey.
They are.
The next category is insurance. So we're talking car insurance and then the life insurance that we've also shared with you all that we have. And then that's pretty much it. So looking at May, all our transactions are input and accounted for.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
I don't think I want to hear this part.
We were over budget.
Ooh, that was quick.
We were over budget by $23.37.
Oh my God.
Which isn't okay, but it's not bad because in April we were over budget by like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. This is not bad compared to April.
It's a lot better. We kind of so just being really real here, guys, like we have been struggling. I know we preach a lot about saving and reducing the cost, you know, of things, but the reality is things are very expensive right now. Inflation is hitting us, and it's hitting us all very hard.
Yep.
And we were at a point, you know, the past couple months, probably since March and April.
Yeah.
We were at a point where we were overspending by like a lot.
Yeah.
And we're like, wait a minute, like what is going on? We sat down, we kind of looked at those numbers and we're like, okay, no, we need to buckle down. We need to do better.
Yeah.
And this month was better. I think one big piece that I noticed we didn't account for is we have a bunch of birthdays in June.
Right.
And Leo's birthday happens to be June 1st.
Right.
So all the things that we were buying, like birthday present.
They happened in May.
They happened in May, yeah.
Right.
So I think we would have been okay, but because we cover the cost of some of those,
Right.
For the celebrations, like we covered some of the cost of those items.
Yes.
Therefore, that's why we were put those $20 over budget.
Ah, man. Okay. It's not bad.
It's not. No, it's much better than we were in April, but there's still room for improvement. Okay.
Absolutely. But so for me, the takeaway here is that at least we knew exactly where the money was going, and we knew by how much we were over budget. That's the essence of what we talk about when we say budgeting. You assign a task to your dollar. You know what comes in and you know what goes out, where it goes out. And at the end of the month, you know exactly what's left. Budgeting is not a negative connotation, even though in our culture, we made it seem like it's a negative thing. No, it's not. It's just an assignment. You assign different tasks to your dollars so you know exactly, where your money goes and how your money comes in.
Yeah. So looking specifically at the categories.
Okay.
In April, we spent almost $700 on groceries. I don't even know how. I think we did have, a couple visitors.
Right.
And I think we also had like Eid.
Ah, yes.
Ramadan. I don't know why. Like Ramadan, you're not supposed to eat, but I feel like somehow we end up eating more. But April was close to $700. We did get that down to $411.43 for May.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take that as a win.
It is a win. Almost half.
Nowadays, groceries are so expensive.
Oh, yes.
I've, things that I do to help us save a little bit of money. I go shop at Aldi. I have no shame in that. Aldi, I think, is the best when it comes to giving you the more bang. What is it? The more bang for your buck. You do have to bring a quarter to get the little cart out. That's okay. You got to bring your own bags. That's okay.
Of course.
All right? Because hear me out. You're going to save and you're going to see it. Because I think in April we were, between all the things going on, I think we were shopping more at other places. Yeah. And I definitely see a noticeable difference when we start going to Aldi more.
Yeah. I mean, we've been shopping at Aldi for a long time.
We have, but we have our times where we're not as disciplined as we can be.
Like consistently going to Aldi? Or like us going to other stores?
Like us spending, like in terms of our spending.
Okay.
I feel like we've been fluctuating. We've managed to stay out of debt, but at the same time, we have our points where we're like very disciplined when we have a clear goal. Mm-hmm. And then we have other times where we're just kind of going through the motions and slack off. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Right. Okay.
I think that's what happened, honestly, in like March and April.
Okay.
And I think May is the first reflection of us trying to buckle down.
Yeah, we need to bring it back.
Yeah, we have a baby coming. Like, we need to,
of course,
get it together.
Yep, especially that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Our clothing was a little high. It was the Cavenders.
Ah, yes.
Tijani went and got boots.
Yeah, I got my boots. My Cowboys boots, baby. Yeah, that's right. That's how we do it. The rodeo in Texas, baby. Those are my first boots, and those are my first most expensive shoes that I've ever purchased for myself. My friends have purchased expensive shoes for me, but this is the one that actually came from our budget. Mm-hmm. It's the most expensive shoes that I've owned. And I've only wore them once. I'm going to take care of that baby for a long time.
I think so. This is funny because when we first moved to Texas, we were like, oh, we're going to get boots. And then we went to go see them and saw the prices. And we're like, oh, no, boots is something you save up for. You can't just buy them on a whim.
Nah, you don't just pull up and just get boots.
So, I mean, first, I got mine first.
Right.
Like over a year ago. And then you got yours just recently.
Yeah.
Exactly a year later, I think.
That's right. For me, like, it's almost like I had to get them because we had an event that had to do with the gender reveal, right? So we had to do the theme had to do with the cowgirl thing. So I needed some nice shoes. So I invested in nice shoes because
But we had been talking about it.
Right.
Though. Like,
I really wanted to. Yeah.
We had been talking about you getting, like, you didn't just get them for the event. We
Right.
had been talking about you getting boots. You had done your research about what kind of boots you wanted.
Oh, yes.
The color, all the things.
Oh, yes. There's a whole different community around booting. There is a community around booting, you know what I'm saying? So oh my God, I had an hour tutorial about boots and everything that comes with boots. So definitely I was very knowledgeable going in for the second time and purchasing those boots. And I love them. They're pretty nice.
Good.
All right. Back to the issue
back to the
at
budget.
hand.
The restaurant's tab was very high. We spent $451.69.
Oh my God.
Restaurants on May. Honestly, that it was Mother's Day.
Yeah,
Like
I
most
flexed.
of that was Mother's Day. All the other transactions are like, I don't know, my nachos, ice cream, Costco pizza. Like, it wasn't that expensive.
Right.
But it was the eating out for Mother's Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's almost like 96% of the tab.
Yeah.
That Mother's Day gift. Yeah. Okay. What else are you looking at in terms of the categories that saw like the highest numbers? And just so as Yasmin is looking at these numbers, for if in the beginning we were talking about, finding like the accountability partner, or if you have a spouse or you have a partner, at least you have that accountability partner. But if you're single, or you're single, or you're just dating somebody or something like that, it's getting serious, we have an episode that talks about separate versus joint account. So that's an episode that you can start with. How do you come up with ideas to get to the point where you want to have a joint account? Or if in your relationship you choose to go separate accounts, what are some of the pros and cons? I suggest that you go listen to that episode. It has a lot of knowledge on it.
The next thing is the subscriptions. We weren't expecting the Amazon subscription to renew.
Right.
Did they get rid of how you were doing the student one? Are you still under the student one?
I believe I'm still under the student.
Wow, that's really expensive for a student.
Oh, I need to check on that then.
It was $147.69. I feel like that's really pricey for a student.
Oh, no. I think it changed.
Did they change you too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think after 5 or 6 years, they assume that you've already graduated. Yeah. So I need to check back on that.
That's a tip. Like, when Tijani was in grad school, when we were undergrads, when I was going through grad school, we always take advantage of getting like the student discounted membership, and we got away with that for a really long time.
Yes.
But maybe they finally caught up to us.
Yes.
It was like almost $150.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we do use Amazon quite a lot.
Yes, we do.
Probably shouldn't use it as much, but we do. I mean, convenience, right? You pay for convenience. So,
right. Yeah, we purchase things, and it's all on the budget too. So, but that one, I need to check on that and see what we can do if there is a possibility, because my student account is still operable. I can still log in and out. So I'll call them. Okay. I don't have any issues calling people. You know that. Yeah,
I know. It's been a while though, so just make sure.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember what day in May they took out that money.
I'll check.
Okay. Anything else about May, or can we move on to June?
Let's go to June. Let's give them a projection of what we're looking for in June.
Okay.
Thank you for covering May. That was very detailed.
I think the biggest thing I foresee. Okay, so I'm thinking gas. Gas is going to decrease.
Okay.
This month because I'm driving less.
Okay. Because of summer break.
Right. Last month it was like $2.85.
Right.
Which we didn't. We also have to take into account that you were driving to pick up and drop off Leo.
Yes.
From El Paso, so that increased it.
Right.
I think it should decrease, hopefully to under 200.
Okay.
This month, because I'm not going all the way to Garland for work. So.
Right. Okay.
Let's see what else. I want to keep the groceries around 400. If we can keep it, I think under 450, we're good.
Okay. We can be intentional about
Right,
that.
I think we should, yeah.
Okay.
And definitely decrease the restaurants.
Okay.
Okay, maybe like, I don't know, $150
Okay.
for the month. Maybe if we go out to eat, we pick
Right.
less expensive places.
Yeah, of course. And we have a couple birthdays this month too.
Oh,
So,
we do,
but they
yes.
are going to be cooked in. We're not going out to the restaurants. So, but I
let's
don't know how like what's gonna be like our participation or involvement in that. And we also have friends that are coming over, also in June to that also may or may not impact the budget so much.
Well, we have gifts
Okay.
that we need to think about.
Right.
So Leo was already done in May, so we don't have to worry about him. But
Right.
my sister's birthday
Right.
and my dad's.
Right. Exactly. 2 birthday gifts.
So 2 birthday gifts.
Yeah. And hopefully they cover the meals because it's gonna be at your parents' house.
Yeah, but I mean, like Yenny was talking about how she wants a piñata
Ah, okay.
for her and my dad.
Okay.
So we could probably sponsor the piñata and the candy.
Yeah.
And then give them birthday gifts.
Yeah.
I'm thinking between the piñata and the candy, maybe like $50. And then how much do we want to give each for their birthday?
Yeah. It depends on the price of the piñata.
Depends on the price of the piñata. Okay.
Yeah, and then we can decide from there. But we try to keep it as closer to less as possible.
The piñata for Leo with the stick was around $50.
Oh, okay.
And then the candy was like another $20. I didn't get as much candy.
Right.
For his party though.
Right. Well, but I mean, you went and got authentic Mexican candy too, so which was good style.
That's yummy candy.
Yeah.
Not the whitewashed one.
Well, you bought them for yourself.
Yeah, I did. It was Jasleen and Leo in the piñata. Of course, I'm gonna go in and take the candy from them.
Okay. What else are we looking at for June? The month of June.
I think those are like the main ones.
Okay.
That we have to, aside from like the usual utilities, mortgage,
Right.
childcare. You said you're paying me for watching Jasmine.
Of course. I think it's fair that even though you are the mom for Jasleen, right now we compensating your mom for looking after Jasleen, and I think that you shouldn't have to take care of Jasleen just because you're on your summer break for free. And I think it's only fair that, I mean, I've asked you if you want to give me a discount.
No.
But if you don't want to give me a discount, I think I can transfer the money that I was paying your mom to you. And I think it's only fair for me to give you compensation for taking care of the baby. Because if you're not taking care of the baby, I should be taking care of the baby. So, yeah. So I think it's fair.
Perfect. I'll take it because my personal fun money fund is very low.
Oh, what? See, it's
So
serving a purpose.
We do have to remember though, the third week in June, I have training during that week. So my mom's gonna be watching Jasleen, so we gotta pay her for that week.
The money goes back to your mom.
Yeah,
that's right.
So we'll pay her for that 1 week, and then the second week or the last week in June. Then
I play it fair. I play it fair. You work, you make. That's how life goes. Yeah. If you work, you get compensated for your work. It's the same thing for Leo. This summer, me and him are gonna work and try to teach him about money. And I'm not just gonna give him the money. He's gonna help me with the yard work, all those type of things, and then he's gonna get compensated for that. And along the way, he's gonna learn about money and what he needs to do, those type of things. He's 6 years old now, so it's about time to start talking money.
Yeah, which all of that led me to think about. We have a couple celebrations because it's the birthdays and then Father's Day.
Right.
Which, are you going to want a gift, or does your lawnmower count as a gift?
The lawnmower and the house counts as a gift.
I think the lawnmower was last year. What's the more recent purchase we made?
The boots.
Sure, the boots.
I'm trying to save you money.
Yeah.
You keep bringing stuff up, I'm going to change my mind.
I mean, for my birthday, I was like, well, it's the couch.
Exactly. You see that?
Yeah.
I mean, Yenny considered us cheap because she said we keep using the house as a gift. And this has been going on for a long time. So
the house was our gift to each other for all of 2023.
That's right. That's right.
We're now in 2024 though, so she thinks we need to do better. But whatever.
That's right. We need to upgrade our gift.
Our gift game.
That's right.
I think that's it.
All
Those
right.
are the main things that I foresee. I think one big thing that we need to keep in mind, kind of like we did in May, is just look at the finances.
Okay.
For me, looking at
like
them
every week,
like every week or so,
or every 2 weeks. Okay.
I would say every week until we
Okay.
can get back to like our disciplined selves, and then
Okay.
maybe we can do every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Like I just need like that reminder, like, hey,
Okay.
the budget, have you updated it, that type of stuff.
Okay.
And I don't mind updating the budget. Like there's other things you do, like you pay the bills and stuff like that. So
Right.
I don't mind doing it, but sometimes I just need the reminders, especially right now that I'm just staying home with Jasleen. The day goes by really quickly
Yeah.
because we have so much to do.
Yeah. So a question is, like, when it comes to the budgeting, like, how do we keep track of it? Do you just collect all the receipts and then just run the numbers? How do you do it?
I looked at the transactions.
Okay.
So I log on to the mobile banking. We have Navy Federal. I log in there, check all the things, and then we do keep receipts. For example, like when we go to Target or Walmart, you can buy a range of things from household to clothing to groceries. So I do like to categorize those receipts.
Okay.
And the app does a good job at allowing you to
Scan?
No, not scan.
Or the breakdowns?
Yeah, to break down. So like in May, for example, we went to Target and I had bought some hair products for Jasleen. I categorized that as Jasleen, and then some household expenses. I think I bought like paper products and like a couple other things that we needed for the house.
Okay.
So I like that with the app. You can split, break down what you're spending them.
Yeah. With
the
like
total
subcategories and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah. And you can do as many, like when we go to Costco, same exact thing. You can get anything from groceries to household to technology at Costco, clothing even. So we take that receipt. You'll save it for me. And then when I'm doing the budget, I'll just say, hey, let me see the Costco receipt. I'll go in and I'll itemize and then just reflect that on the app.
Awesome. All right. Anything else?
Jasleen's college fund. Are you taking out money for that this month or no?
Oh yeah. So for Jasleen's college fund, I take money and send it to her account every quarter. So I did it for the January, and then for March, April, May, June. Yes. So I should be taking some very shortly.
That means we got to put in the budget. And how much are you going to take?
I'm probably going to send like around 200, 250.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was checking my Apple, my personal account the other day, and I have some money on there for her in my savings account. It's like money that...
Like gifts?
No, it was like she had gotten gift cards for her birthday, and I used the gift cards, but I kept track of like what I spent the money, or how much of the money I spent, and then I just have it to like give back to her.
Yep, send it to me, or I'll send you a link. You can deposit it to her account. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I just want to thank you, Yasmin, for taking the time for breaking down the month of May budget. It sounded like we had a lot of categories, but that's because we actually take our time to like budget our money. And so it sounded like a lot, but that's what budgeting is. And you have to be intentional about it. And once you do it once and twice, maybe the first month, the second month, you start getting the hang of it. You started breaking things down into different categories. And so that's what you're hearing from us. And so if you have any questions about like budgeting, those type of things, you can definitely reach out to us. Now we have a website, actually. We have a website. If you go to howweredoingit.com, or you can type our names on Google, the website will show up, or you can email us at hwdipodcast@gmail.com. we want to engage this conversation. We want to continue this conversation with you. And we love sharing our experiences and things that we're learning. And so if you want to become a part of that, you can, contact us on the website, or you can even join our mailing list. Final words?
I would say for my single friends out there, find your money friend. Find someone that you trust. Find someone that you feel comfortable sharing your goals and all your money information with, and use that person to hold you accountable. Have those conversations, and let's just start normalizing talking about money.
I like it.
It should not be taboo. It should not be something that we're hush-hush about, because that is not benefiting any of us.
Yeah.
Talk to your parents about it. Talk to your friends. Talk to whoever will listen.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to them about it. And then for my couples, I would say learn to figure out how your partner views money and what their money story is, what their money traumas are, so that you can help complement them and you can help them when they need your help in whatever it may be. And I think the biggest thing is just being that listener. Listen to them about whatever their anxieties are around money, or, their wins. I think the biggest thing is when it comes to having a good relationship with money and therefore having a good relationship with your spouse, you need to be vulnerable. You need to have the tough conversations. It's not going to be easy. Like, this is 5 years in the making.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me. Like, I used to cry when we would talk about money. Like, I remember going to one of those, like, Dave Ramsey classes the first night, and I was crying because I felt like I couldn't even talk to Tijani about it. And it was so frustrating. Right. And we've came a very long way, and now we can sit here and we can do it quickly. But in the beginning, like, this was not something that happened in 20 minutes. It was something that would happen, in the span of 3 nights. Yeah, because 3-hour nights. Right.
You would talk, and then we get emotional, and they walk away, and then come back the next day. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. So
of course.
It takes time, but I think, it's good to find what works for you. If, you're comfortable having that joint account, great. If you're not, keep your separate accounts, or keep both, like we do. I like it when Tijani doesn't know that I spent my money on coffee. I like it that he doesn't know I went and got, I don't know, another hijab. I like those things. I don't have to tell him about every single little purchase. Right. And I think it's important to have that independence in your relationship, but also to have that communication.
Of course.
About where your money is going and what your goals are as a couple.
Yep. And that's how we're doing it. Thanks for tuning into How We're Doing It. We appreciate you taking the time to listen to our stories and experiences. If you find this episode helpful, please subscribe and leave us a review. To stay connected, visit howwe'redoingit.com for more details and follow us on social media. Until next time, keep thriving and stay inspired.